like, no.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right, all. It says we're live, so I hope we're live. I don't have YouTube up. We're just winging it at this point in time. Hi, everybody. It's been 2 weeks.
Hi. It
It's
does
been
not
long.
feel like it's been 2 weeks.
It feels like it's been longer than 2 weeks.
Honestly,
It feels like it's been 2 weeks. But
my last book that I read was Prophecy. So I was just like, I haven't even read another book in between.
I've been reading the Arcade and the Triple T Token books because they're keeping me sane.
Yes, that first one was so cute.
The second one's even cuter. Oh my god, I finished that today.
I haven't read the second one yet, but I gotta read it.
So
I know. I'm actually really liking that series.
It's adorable.
Cache, you are not late. We've been live for 50 seconds.
I know. I was just like, you're here on time.
You're actually right on time. Hi, Aaron. We miss your face. Hi, Cool Gamer.
I don't know why I keep like coming up and waving. I mean, it's the Guinness. Okay, guys, I'm already like 4 sips into this. What I remember, what I don't remember.
Both Jen and Alicia are going to be 3 sheets to the wind before we're done. Here I am just drinking water because I don't drink during the week.
I don't normally either, but it's been 2 months and I'm like, screw it.
Love you, Cache. So today we're talking about Goddess by Julie and Lindsey. This is book number 2 in the Calypso duology. I just knew I was late. YouTube never tells me on time. Never tells me on time. I even set the reminder, and it's supposed to remind you like 30 minutes prior, but I swear I get it, and y'all have been live for like
45 minutes into the live, and I'm just like, that doesn't help.
Pisses me off. Remember during the last live stream, I said I would reread the second book. I didn't. So
let me pull up Goodreads so I can.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I have post-it notes. I
have thoughts. I have a few thoughts, but that's about it.
Do you know how long ago I've read this? I mean, it was this year, but in book years. Do you know how long ago I've read this book?
At least 85 years.
At least. I always struggle with YA. I get it, Aaron. I get it. And I struggled. I struggled with this one a bit because that love triangle reared its ugly head a little bit, like full force in this one, to the point where her and Justin kissed, if I remember correctly. Yes. Okay.
So he had just turned into a Viking, so his emotions were a little crazy. So.
I don't care. Her and Liam are still together.
I still like him better than Liam, though.
That's what I liked about the first book.
Yeah.
Once she chose to be with Liam, she was all for, all with Liam, all in with Liam. It didn't matter what anybody else was saying. It didn't matter how her and Justin had history. She didn't listen to the other people who were saying like, oh, you belong with Justin, blah, 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 blah. This one, she started to listen. She started to be like, oh, is Liam, does he even know me? Justin knows me. We've been friends for blah, blah, blah. I was like, girl, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me, because I was like, don't fall into the love triangle trap. Don't do it.
I just don't like love triangles, period.
I mean, as long as it's a love triangle where they all end up together.
That honestly, it's a YA. That's not going to happen in this year. I mean, I just read a book where, it was kind of a love triangle, but it turned into a throuple, and I really loved it. It was Able by Katie Robert. But yeah, I knew that wasn't going to happen in this book. I knew it wasn't going to happen.
It's too young.
It's too young. There ain't no way.
I have been hearing that there is in Iron Widow there's a throuple, and it's YA.
Nice. And I like it.
Yes.
Yes, Cache, in book years. In book years, it was seriously like 10 years ago that I read this book. Unless it's a poly story. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But that's what I didn't like. I didn't like about all the men, literally all the men were driving me nuts. Liam was driving me nuts. Justin was driving me nuts. Mason was good. I liked Mason.
Mason was a good one. I like Mason.
I like Mason.
I was mad at his mom. Her mom.
I was mad at her mom too.
Mm-hmm. And then Nim or whatever the love interest for what's his face, best friends. Justin.
Oh
I
yeah, I
wanted
think
to throat
Nimmer,
punch
yeah.
her so bad. I wanted to throat punch her. I was like, oh my god, stop.
Oh, yeah. I know. Yes.
I just don't like teenage characters anymore because I'm so like out of that mindset that I'm just like, stop.
But
Yeah,
I'm that old, I guess. I'm like, stop it.
I just, like what I liked about the first one, it seemed to be non-existent in this one, and it kind of, I mean, I liked the continuation of the story. I like how, she came into her own, and she's like this all-powerful goddess basically now. And I like she took to being their leader very well, and I feel like she wasn't making like the pitfall decisions of a young leader. She seemed to be making decisions very well, even though she's very new to this whole, Viking lore and hierarchy that they have. I feel like she was really good at making like the decisions for the betterment of everybody, and it wasn't just like she was kind of thinking with her stupid young brain, except when it came to Justin. I'm like, if you can just smart up like you were doing over here, smart up with that. Like, I don't like that. So
it was also too like that they were like, I need to protect you. I'm like, just tell her the damn truth and she'll figure shit out.
This is what drives me nuts, is there's no communication. Do you know how many problems will be? So I need more of the Impact Zone. I don't remember his character name, but he, full honesty, he made stupid mistakes, and then he's like, let me sit you down. I did a bad. This is why. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I need more of him. Max. I think his name is Max.
Hi, Pat.
All I remember is he looked like Shamar Moore on the cover. That's all I really remember.
That was so many books ago.
I have it right here. Hold on.
I know what the cover looks like. I just don't know his name.
His name is Max McRae.
Max McRae. Okay. And I know that that cover model was in like 5 other like category romance covers, and I'm just like, I like you. It's fine.
I bought them all because he was in it. I was like, Gimme.
Like, I like you a lot. You're really nice to look at. I appreciate you. So okay, hold on. What was my first Post-it note?
I didn't have any Post-its. I listened. I tried to sit and read. I have not been able. I've had a real problem lately where I just
my brain is not letting me
sit
and physically read.
And then I don't even want to like audiobook it. I need to get better about at least starting it ahead of time, because I always think that I can read faster, and then it comes to the day of and I'm just like, well, here's my day. And then I think I, in a sense, rage read it, and that's not great because it was really good. I did like it, but at the same time, I'm just like,
I think I liked it more because more happened in this one. Yeah. Like I feel like because there was so much setup in the first one that you were kind of dragging in bits. Not that it was bad, but because there was so much setup and lore to the background of it.
Did you guys get the impression that like it could continue? I feel like there was.
Yeah,
absolutely. I feel like it could have been, like it was a nice ending. Like if there was none, I'm satisfied with the ending of the way this happened. But there can definitely be more, and I think Julie did that on purpose, because I think YA was always her passion. This was her first kind of go-to of how she started writing. So she always wanted to leave that open, and she could definitely
go back to it.
I could definitely continue on for sure. And I just think with all of her cozies and romantic suspense under her belt, and just the years and years of writing that she's been doing already, I feel like it could be really, really good.
Oh yeah.
I would like to see the college years.
The college, yes, exactly. We go into new adult, then we can have some smut on page.
Yeah, we can have some good sex scenes, no fade to black crap.
Yes.
Anyone else love? Was it Tom? Tom was the other guy that was like her bodyguard, right?
Yeah.
I love that he called her boss. He at one point he goes, "So what should I call you?" Because I think he wanted her to call her princess or something. She's like, "Don't do that." And they settled on boss, and I was like, for some reason, what series does that remind me of? I want to say Seaside, but then I don't think she called him boss.
No,
he called her boss. There's a series where she did it, and I don't know. I always like it when they do that. I'm just like, it's so sweet.
It's a cute nickname without being like too
degrading,
cloyingly sweet.
Yeah,
and then also
where it's like a pet name.
clinging to like the idea that she's royalty. I mean, she didn't want to be like put on that pedestal. She wanted to be like, it's Callie. Like, you can just call me Callie. It's fine. Liz is saying that she thought that it could continue as well. So yeah, definitely, absolutely.
I'm here for it. Write it, Julie. Thanks.
This is the time. Patreon account and we'll follow.
That's what I'm saying. This is exactly the time where you need a Patreon. It's like you can always write the things that you wanted to continue.
Yeah.
And that you wouldn't necessarily think that would get picked up or published. We would still be able to have it. It's really a selfish thing on my part.
Accurate. I really like the Viking, the Greek, all of that. I think we said this 2 weeks ago that I really liked the combination of it. It was just really fun.
Yeah. And I mean, I like mythology based things, whether they're retellings or continuations or just its own kind of world that she's built. But whenever it's Norse, I like it more when it's, I would say I like it more when it's not Greek, because I think Greek is just so kind of overdone. And just learning a different type of mythology. And again, I think I said this 2 weeks ago, but I use the word mythology loosely just because I know for a lot of people in a lot of cultures, these stories are very real and, you know, a part of their culture and religion and things like that. So I use the word mythology just loosely. But yeah, so I really enjoy Norse mythology. And also I would like to read more. And I would also like to read like more Egyptian mythology and, you know, Mayan and Aztec mythology.
Have you read Kaikei? It's about the Ramayana.
No. It
just came out, I want to say in July. I'll text you a picture of the cover. It's about the Ramayana.
Yes, we might lose Aaron if he doesn't like YA, but we could do this series. I always have wanted to read this book because the cover is just stunning.
Oh, Colin. Okay, yeah. I've seen that.
I think it's about Egyptian. Yeah, Egyptian prince with godlike powers.
Because the Eye of Horus there on the cover.
And like it doesn't do it justice in this picture, but it's a shiny cover.
It's a shiny.
I mean, look, I have a few books in this series, so if we could read these, that'd be nice. Because here's the second one.
Oh.
That's why I mentioned Kaikei, because it's because in the Ramayana myth, the mother is like forgotten, and in this one, she's actually given a backstory.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
and she's technically an asexual character as well.
Oh,
nice.
And Vaishnavi Patel, I think, is the author.
Send me a picture of the cover.
Yeah, it's a beautiful. It looks like a terracotta pot. It's a beautiful.
Oh,
nice. I like it. I like it a lot. I don't, like I was saying before the live to my co-hosts here, I don't really have a whole lot of post-it notes for this this book here, unfortunately.
The part that I thought was weird was like, I know they're not together, her and Justin, but like he had to like kiss her to figure out why she had like a freak out and couldn't talk. Like,
but they shared memories, I think, at that point. I was like, that was kind of cool, but also kind of like, what?
Kind of weird. Like, I understood why, but I was like, that's still weird. Like, they're not together, and he has to like kiss her to find out what the hell is happening.
Would you want that power if you had a significant other? Would you want with like the kiss of your lips just to be able to know everything?
No, absolutely fucking not.
It depends on who my significant other is.
I'm gonna tell you right now that I've learned to live with and just accept and find peace. Ignorance is bliss. Ignorance is bliss. As soon as you know more, you think you want to know it all, and then you do know it all, and then you're just like, I wish I didn't. I wish I could go back to 5 minutes ago when I didn't know this shit. That's exactly. Ignorance is bliss. Bliss.
You can tell you've been married a long time.
Just saying. I didn't like how Liam was basically gone for most of the beginning part of the book. Like, he was gone trying to get
faith, and then
trying to like going off on all his missions. I'm just like, dude, she needs you. Like, she literally doesn't know anything about anything, and she doesn't know like your family, or she doesn't know how this thing works, and you're basically leaving her alone to fend for herself, and she's like the new ruler. Basically, she could use your help. Like, I was getting irritated that he would come back, and then like seriously, like the 2 hours later he'd be gone again.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I didn't like that he used his power on her that one time where he's like, go to sleep, and I was just like, excuse you, sir, you need permission.
I was so angry. I was like, you are getting on my nerves.
I like how she said that. I think she said, like, this is your warning or something. Like,
yeah.
Basically being like, red flag, don't do that again, or this is not going to end well for you.
Flag. Exactly.
There was too many red flags with all the men. The men were just trash.
Yeah. I liked Justin and Liam in book number 1. I don't know why they were being such idiots in this book. Like, why? I don't know.
Justin lost his memory.
I mean, Justin makes sense because he's actually a teenager. We don't know how old Liam is. Like,
Liam, yeah, for
act like a damn grown up if you've been alive for 2 billion years or however long.
Yeah, you are seriously a grown. At least he's got to be at least 100 years old. Like, you are a grown up. You are a grown up. Stop acting like this.
The Eli guy was like 115, and he was the one that was following her. The bodyguard guy was 115.
Oh yeah. And then he's got to be older.
Yeah,
I did like the bodyguard guys. They were fun.
Yeah, they were a lot of fun. Nicole has spoken. Yes, little pearls of wisdom for you.
I learned some other pearls of wisdom from you, Nicole.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that whole conversation. I mean, honestly, if you can't have this conversation with your friends, who can you have conversation with?
Absolutely no one.
It was about certain.
Hey, you guys know more about me than most people. So at this point,
it was about certain types of sex and what she needs to do to prepare and afterward. And and I told you, I was just like, you don't want to be like me, find this thing out like as you're doing it, and you're not prepared. No, you need to be prepared. Because I know for sure your mom ain't going to tell you, because my mom didn't tell me shit.
That's why I asked as a rhetorical question, and then she took it and ran. I was like,
I said,
educational hour, I'm ready.
I said, let me tell you, because my mom didn't tell me. And Mom, if you're watching, I do blame you for a lot of things. Let's just say that.
Nicole's like, next post it.
My mom didn't tell me shit. Nothing. That's
watch us be the one that Alicia's mom pops in on. She's like,
we'll
have a talk later.
What are you guys talking about? I can tell you. I'm just saying. Oh yeah. Okay. So okay. My first post note that I wrote was that I didn't like Liam was always leaving. So I didn't say that was a post note, but I didn't like that he was always leaving. He was like, I'll be back soon. Like, I gotta go. Bye. And I'm like, I don't like that. Yeah. And
especially because they're supposed to be working together. Sorry.
Did you have a post-it note about the dad? I wanted to drop kick the dad.
Oh yeah. Like right when he first showed up, I'm like, I don't like you.
And he was like, well, you need to accept her. And I'm like, you cheated on her mother with this person, and she's still angry.
Also, I didn't like that she was kind of dumb when she was just like, she's married to someone else. I'm like, bitch, she is married to your dad. Like, come on.
I know, and like as soon as like her dad comes in the picture, like you just forget about this other person that's basically raised you. Like, no, don't be like that. Don't be like that. Like.
And then with what happens to her, and then she goes, well, he needed support because he went through a horrible thing. I'm like, he cheated on you. No.
The moment the mom was just like, oh, your dad's here, and she started putting on lipstick, I was like, ma'am,
exactly.
You escaped that trap once. Do not put yourself into it again.
I'm sorry. Once a cheater, always a cheater.
Don't fall for it again.
They do it once, they'll do it again. There's no.
True. Yeah. My next post-it note is like this whole paragraph where she was talking about, like, could I count on Liam the way I could count on Justin? Did Liam understand me, value my opinions, believe I was strong? Justin always saw more in me than was truly there. Lately, it seemed Liam didn't see me at all. He was gone. Again, no explanation, no discussion. He promised me no more secrets, that we'd talk things through together from now on. Things with Liam are a mess. And I'm like, is this love triangle coming back? And yes, it was.
But I kind of got that point. Like, he's known her since they were, 10?
Yeah.
Very young,
They were,
yeah.
Like 10. So, like, of course he's going to know you better than the person you met a month ago.
And I also feel like she kind of felt really guilty, the fact that he, like, lost his memories. So I think that kind of played a factor into it, where she was like, she had to basically relive the last, 3 months of her life over again until, like, do I tell him? Do I not tell him? And then, like, keeping that secret. She also wasn't sleeping very well and, like, wearing herself into the ground. So on that front, I honestly want to give her just a smidge of credit, just because it's like at that point her judgment was probably not the best because she was a little tired. I know when I'm tired, I don't think straight. So
I did like, though, that when, what was it, Justin saw the bruises, he got pissed.
Yeah.
I was like, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Like, that's a normal reaction. I'm sorry, but that's a normal reaction.
Yeah, for
and then
sure.
Liam was mad. How dare you think I'd hurt my woman? Well,
There's
what else am I supposed to? I don't know you, sir.
It's like, I don't know you. Like, I've known you for exactly like a month, like you said, and it's like, I don't know you. You know. Let me see here. This is when Ginger died. And I'm like, bye, Ginger from Poughkeepsie. And I always just think, when I think Poughkeepsie, I just think Supernatural. Because when they say, like, between Sam and Dean, when they say Poughkeepsie, that just means get the hell out of Dodge. That's their code.
Yeah.
And I always want to know what the hell happened in Poughkeepsie, but they never, in the show, it never was revealed what happened in Poughkeepsie. But,
rude. That's a gem that you cannot. That's like not revealing who the town charmer is in Seaside Cafe. That would have been unacceptable. That is information that is a must-have by the final episode.
I would have
even if it's within the last second.
I would have wrote Julie and Lindsey a strongly worded letter, and I was like, "You need to tell me."
I gotta know. Was it Amelia? Who was it?
Who was it? And then, okay, so this is just a note. I'm not sure where in the story this is or what just happened, but Liam is talking to Callie and said, "You're keeping something from me." And then Liam grabbed his copy and, like, walked off like he was angry. I was like, first of all, sir, you have no room to talk because you're gone all the time with no explanation. She just set it up in the paragraph up there. But yeah, it's just like, you're keeping secrets all the damn time. So you have no room to talk.
I think this was right after she put him to sleep, because she got like a weird vibe from him, like he was keeping something further from her, which basically he was, but it was the thing. I think it was that Justin was the next watcher, and so he hadn't had a chance to talk with Mason, like, fully about it, so they weren't really sure how they were going to do that, because they thought that if she knew, that she wouldn't let Justin die, and he technically had to die to fulfill his role.
Got it.
I think that might just be the Guinness talking, but that sounds really real to me.
No, you're pretty.
That sounds like a thing that happened in the book. Yeah. And my next post note is just that I just love this line, and it said, "No one drives my Jeep but me," and I'm like, style.
Yeah, I thought the same thing too.
And that just makes me want to watch Teen Wolf again.
I honestly debated starting it recently after having watched this. I'm like, just through maybe even just season 3, A and B.
That's true.
I've never watched it.
And then you never seen Teen Wolf? Oh my gosh, you need to watch it.
My brother's ex-girlfriend watched it, and it was like, was Teen Wolf originally on MTV?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, because it was. We're talking years ago now. So I think it was like the first or second season, and she was like, "I'm obsessed with it." And that was the only time I've ever heard of it. I was like,
"Yeah, I gotta watch it. It's terrible in a great way, and you'll get to love it."
Is it so cheesy good. And like that?
Yes.
Oh,
I love it.
It's very cheesy and like the high schooler, teen acting. They're not teenagers; they're in their 20s. But it's it's very.
Like, most of the people in that original show, that they're all in their 30s and they're all acting like they're 18, and I'm just
exactly.
You have a mortgage right now.
It's kind of like the first 2 seasons of Vampire Diaries, that kind of cheesy.
See, that's when I stopped with Vampire Diaries. I watched the first 2.
Oh god, I'm just wondering how I got through like whole 6 seasons of Vampire Diaries with the first 2 being like that, but it's because of Damon Salvatore. That's why I got through it. Speaking of Teen Wolf. Have you watched the original Teen Wolf? Yeah, with Michael J. Fox.
Yeah,
long time ago.
My parents were teenagers in the 80s, so I grew up with that hardcore.
I couldn't tell you what it is about. I really couldn't. I mean, I remember
Michael J.
the
Fox
one.
was in there.
I remember the one. Yeah, I do remember that. I remember the one scene where he's running across the basketball court because he's turning into the wolf. Yeah, that's about it.
The only other scene I remember is when he's like pretending to surf on the top of the bus.
Nope,
he's like dancing on the top of the bus.
Absolutely not.
Nothing.
No.
I just knew it was Michael J. Fox. Well, let's just say you start Teen Wolf because you're like, oh, there'll be a bunch of hot shirtless guys, and then you want the reason you stick with it is because the guy that's completely clothed the entire time styles to Lindsey. You're just like,
where can I stream it? Is it Netflix?
Amazon Prime.
Okay.
The one time he changes, like they're in the locker room and he changes his shirt, he takes his shirt off. They open the locker that he's next to. So right as he does it, they open it so it cuts off the shot. I'm like,
that would be like when they if they cut off like season 4 when Eric was basically naked and friggin' Drew.
I know.
I would be so pissed. He was the only reason I watched that damn show. Like,
absolutely. Alexander Skarsgård is the only reason why I watched True Blood.
I watched Tarzan recently.
I love that movie.
It's so, again, that's another one that's so cheesy, but I watch it.
Yeah.
I love it. I'll watch anything with him in it. I haven't watched Pretty Little Liars, even though not Pretty Little Liars. Big Little Lies. That's the one he's in, where he's like basically a psychopath.
He was the wife beater.
Yeah, he was the wife beater. Yeah.
I think he also was a rapist.
Yes.
That was a hard one to watch because I'm like, he seems too nice to be the.
In real life, he seems like a very nice man, but he plays. He plays a bad person very well.
Yes.
Very, very well. Okay.
Next post-it note.
Next post-it note. Hold on.
Oh, I just like that they left that role with it open. Like, no one's gonna go there because a bunch of people died. I was like,
yeah, no. No,
I don't want to go somewhere where someone died on the floor. Thank you very much.
Pretty sure 7 massacres happened there. I'm like, why are you still open? This one line, it says, Mason's a perfect gentleman. He likes to brighten a lady's mood. I'm like, I ship it.
I wanted for the mom and him. I was like,
yes.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Yep. I was just like, I would love for Mason and her to get together. Although, was Mason and Victoria or Nike supposed to be like an item, or they were just pretending to be an item to look like a family?
They were pretending to be, so it looked like they were a family.
Got it. All right.
They were like cousins or something.
Oh,
never mind then. Yeah, shipping Mason and the mom. Like, I really wanted them. Although
I liked the mom until the dad got into the picture. I was like, don't be dumb.
Don't be dumb. And right. And then my last post note is mom bounced into dad's arms. Like, she's so happy. Like, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't like that. I prefer her with Mason.
Like, telling you because if my parents are divorced, I'm like, if my parents ever did that, I would be committing both of them.
Committing. You are.
I'm like, no, that's not okay. Like, they get along better now that they're not married. So
yeah.
Sometimes that happens, you know. It just didn't work with when they were together, you know. But yeah, that is basically all of my post-it notes.
Nice.
Does anybody have anything else they would like?
The kissing thing, like where they were always kissing and he accidentally kissed her and it was fine, and I don't know, it was just weird.
Yeah.
Very weird. My best friend in high school was a guy, and it would be weird if I kissed him. Like,
yeah.
I feel like guy and girl best friends, like, they tried their damnedest not to kiss because then it would just be awkward.
Yeah.
It was the joke. Everybody would say how we should have dated, and we looked at each other like brother and sister. We're like, ew.
No, disgusting.
No.
Gross.
Like, I love you, but not like that.
Moms aren't supposed to bounce anywhere. Honestly. Happiness? No. Go sit in the corner. Like, no. Ridiculous.
It was so weird. I'm like, you made her very independent in the first one, and then the dad gets in the picture and she turns into like Putty, and I'm like, no.
And I don't like how the dad just like automatically like forgot about Ginger from Poughkeepsie. I was just like, you seemed like you were really in love with Ginger, and then you're making your ex-wife do all this stuff, and you don't plan the freaking
funeral. She planned the freaking funeral. I'm sorry, I'm not planning a funeral for the person that my husband left me for.
For the whole bag. Yeah.
No, absolutely not. No. Absolutely not. Couldn't be me. Some people, like, they're really good at forgiving people. Not me.
I'm not.
That's not
I can
me.
forgive, but forgetting is a different story.
I can be, but it depends on the infraction, and it can take a while. Because I had a friend that did
10 years
a couple months ago, and it took like 2 months before I broke down. I was like, "Listen, I miss your face. Like, let's get past this."
Get past this.
There are some things though I don't think I could forgive, because then it's always, and I think Alicia, you said this, once you're a cheater, you're always a cheater. That would always be in the back of my mind. Like,
or
if I was
there's
gonna give
always
someone a
going to be
second
a
chance,
question of it.
yeah. Oh, I'm gonna go out and hang out with some friends. Are you with some friends though, or are you with someone else? Like, I can't trust you anymore.
Exactly. That's the thing. It's the trust. It's the trust that, it's hard to build back,
Trust is the easiest thing to break and the hardest thing to get.
Yeah.
I can forgive, but that doesn't mean we're seeing each other again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
I have a problem with forgiveness.
My mom gets mad at me, and I'm like, no. There's a reason I don't need to be around that person. Absolutely not.
Yeah. It's like, no. Forgiveness is
I
not
don't
my
wish
strong
harm on
suit.
them, but I don't want to see their faces ever again.
That's okay, Nicole. I still love you. Just don't
Sometimes-
ever not like me.
Sometimes there's harm being wished on people, for sure. Yeah.
It depends.
I'm trying.
Again,
I would say that I'm trying to work on it, but I'm not. I know that about
At least
myself.
you're honest, all right?
I know that about myself.
We're past the age of working on it. I feel like
Honestly,
we're just like, okay, we're good.
I feel like you can't teach an old dog new tricks, and I'm getting there. I'm old, I just can't do it. Sorry.
Yeah. If you ask my 6-year-old little brother, and he tells me I'm old all the time. Yeah.
Listen, little brother.
his new obsession is asking me when I'm gonna have a baby, and I'm just like, oh.
Don't ask that, son. It is healthy to know oneself. I like that.
It is. I know my limits. I really do. But anyway, on that bright and cheery note, the next.
Sorry, I am feeling.
Jen's like, I'm drunk.
I didn't eat before this. I had a few crackers because I was like, I gotta put something on my stomach so I'll be fine. But now I'm sitting here and I'm just like, I probably should stand for a second. I will, because I need to get to the kitchen and eat some real food.
Just like after the live, you just lay down there.
Get some pillows.
Yeah, I got enough pillows. I got this one right here.
Oh, there you go. You don't even need to move. You are so welcome, Liz. It is your pick. Yes, so that's the next meeting. August.
You haven't even had anything to drink yet,
and it's literally written right there, August 31st. I think I just saw the 31st. I'm like, yeah, October, Halloween. Absolutely, that's our next meeting. Yeah, okay, August 31st. Her Off Limits Prince by Lucy Monroe. If you want to take a screenshot. Alrighty, so thank you everybody watching now. Thank you everybody watching on the replay. Thank you to my lovely co-hosts. Their social media links will be in the description box when I update it. Because I did not do that.
Dang it, Nicole. It's okay, we forgive you.
And honestly, if you go to my Twitter, you will see that Nicole is trying her best. And she is. She is trying her best. I need a good romance. Thank you, Aaron. Yes, thank you. This is going to be my first Lucy Monroe book. I can't wait to read it.
She's fantastic. I've read 4 in the past month. She's great.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then also, Alicia, you did an interview with her on Aaron's channel.
Yep.
I will also try to remember to put that in the description box for you if you want to watch that.
I can send you the link if it's easier.
That would help her.
Yeah. I mean,
like, I don't want to. I'm just trying to help.
I don't know when this is all going to happen. So glad I could catch you live. Thank you so much. Love you. Yeah. You're more than welcome, Liz. Bye. Oh, thanks. You're so sweet. I love you all. Bye. I'll see you later.